going on, everybody? It's Toronto Guy again. It is Saturday, December the 17th of 2016. It is not technically the beginning of my holidays, even though I am off until January 9th. My holidays don't officially start till Monday, but shut up anyway. Stop rambling. Okay, it's article time again. Now, I recorded the audio. I read this article earlier this morning. I was lethargic, but I recorded it. I rendered the video, and then I was out. Went to one of my nearby malls, and I was like, oh man, I should have said that. Oh man, I should have said this. And so I'm redoing it now, more upbeat, and hopefully I will not ramble as much, but I'm sure I will because I do have some more stuff to say. Link is in the description. This link was sent to me by one of my many, many fans. Forget the name, so by all means, anybody, if you want, can take credit for it. So here it is, from theboldy.com. From what I can tell, it is a feminist website dedicated. Sally, you're being bad, and you're only proving what I'm about to talk about, that women are bad. Feminists, anyway, if not all women. This site is a obvious feminist website, and it's probably got so much gold as far as just shitting on them. So let's read it. Here we go. If he's not dating you properly, don't date him at all. By Andrea Wesley, a Canadian. Surprise, surprise. Let's do this. There's a clear difference between a guy who just has less experience with dating and therefore doesn't really understand the basics, and a guy who's just plain lazy as fuck. If you're dating one who just seems to not give a shit about making you feel special and cared for the way you do of him, don't waste any more of your energy. If he can't date you properly, don't date him at all. Now, before I start reading all these 9 points again, I just want to say I'm guessing that this Andrea Wesley had a bad experience with a guy and suddenly decided to write this article basically about her bad experiences with a guy and is saying, all men, so eat my ass and get ready to have many, many servings. Number 1, hanging out is not a date. It's high time that we abolish this bullshit and stop accepting hanging out as a feasible date. Sitting on his couch and watching Netflix while he orders some subpar takeout food isn't really a date. It's just your typical single as fuck Friday night. If he can't take you out in public and put real thought into doing something that requires actual effort, like making a dinner reservation and changing out of his worn-out sweatpants, do yourself a favor and stay on your own couch with your own Netflix. You don't need a guy to do the things you're already doing. He should be trying to make things more interesting. So point number 1, dudes. This woman should and shouldn't hit you to death. Hanging out just isn't enough for this fucking bitch. She wants to be wine-dined, but not 69, I'm sure. Number 2. Coming over last minute and late at night isn't romantic. As cute as it might seem that he's thinking about you at 1 a.m. on a Saturday night after he's left the bar with his buddies and wants to see you last minute, it's not cute at all. You're not a late night option, and you're certainly not a 24-hour drive-through pickup window. Let his call hit your voicemail and never return the message. You can do better. Once again, more proof in my opinion that this woman is talking about personal experiences and saying all men do this. Number 3, you shouldn't be waiting days for a reply. The so-called busy excuse that so many guys feed women is total bullshit. If a guy wants to see you, talk to you, and check in with you to see how your day is going, he'll find the time no matter what the case may be if he's truly into you. If you find yourself waiting days for a reply or weeks for him to even mention getting together again because he's so busy, keep your options open and don't wait around for Mr. Busy to figure his shit out. If he can't step up to the occasion, neither should you. If he snoozes, he loses. Number 4. If sex is his main agenda, tell him boy bye. Whatever the fuck that means. Tell him boy bye. Tell him boy bye. Tell him boy bye. I'm a fucking retard. It's getting nauseating the way some guys push sex as the main priority of spending time with you. So if you're dating a guy who's pushy in the physicality department and you're looking for someone more meaningful, stop giving him the time of day. Save your energy for someone who wants to actually get to know you completely and not just who you are in the bedroom. Newsflash, ladies. And I'm going to go out on a limb and state the following as a fact. What straight men ultimately want in the end is sex. It is how we are scientifically programmed. I don't know if it's in the testosterone that makes that the deal, but that's the fucking deal. All right? Now, I'm not saying you should give it to us right up front, but if you're one of these women who make us work for it, I'll get to that later. Number 5. You deserve to be appreciated. Dating is really tough, and it's not going to get any easier anytime soon. So it's up to you to weed out the assholes, the weak and the lazy ass guys before you get caught up in another shitstorm. As hard as it might seem at times, you do deserve to have someone who actually treats you with complete kindness and respect and is excited about dating you in a real way. So keep working towards that by dodging the assholes' bullets as quickly as you can. So we're 5 points in, and this woman has basically not said a damn thing about what women should do. Apparently it's all up to, surprise, surprise, it's all up to the men to work our asses off to prove that we are worth women's time and worth anything at all, while they sit there and what? Basically exist? Yeah, that's what we want. Number 6. The right guy will make you feel excited every day. When you meet the guy who truly knows how to date you properly, what is there, a fucking class on this, you bitch? He'll make you feel excited for each and every day you get to spend with him, and you shouldn't accept anything less. Life is short and real love is totally worth waiting for. You don't need to bide your time with mediocre bozos who are only out to satisfy their own agenda by lifting as few fingers as possible to get there. Once again, it's up to the dudes to prove our worthiness, to prove that we are worth the time that we're worth your fucking time. And earlier she was talking about, dudes who don't put in any effort. Well, so far we're 6 points in, and this woman has not said a fucking thing about putting an ounce of effort into proving that she is worthy of a man's time. Number 7, how he dates you is how he will love you. Pay attention. The way a guy dates you in the beginning sets the tone for how he will treat you for years to come. If he can't make the effort to communicate with you thoughtfully or plan real date-like activities for you to do together, chances are he won't be raising the bar anytime soon. You get what you allow out of love, so if he's not making things feel even remotely romantic, he's probably not looking for anything serious, and he's probably not the right guy for you. Tread carefully. So let's read that first bit again. The way a guy dates you in the beginning sets the tone for how he will treat you for years to come. So, if a woman just does fuck all in the beginning and doesn't put any effort whatsoever to proving that she deserves a man to fucking kiss her ass, what does that say about the women, you dumb fucking bitch? Forgive my language. Continuing. Number 8. There's 9 points. And so far, this woman has not said anything about what women should do to prove they deserve all this special queenly treatment. Number 8, if he ignores your concerns, he's not worth your time. Some guys won't even take time to hear you out respectfully when you tell them what you want and expect out of any relationship you get into. But it's not your job to teach him how to do something that should be common sense. If he doesn't even try to turn things around after you've told him straight up that you'd like to go on real and proper dates or hear from him more often, stop wasting your breath. It's falling on deaf ears. So, point number 2, it's not cool when he calls you last minute and says, "Hey, how you doing?" But point number 8, you don't call me enough. So, what does this woman want? Apparently, she wants Uh, uh, it's not your job to teach him how to do something, what you want, what you expect out of a relationship. Well, oh, you guys expect so goddamn much, it's hard to keep track. Final point, number 9. You have better shit to, oh, I love this. You have better shit to do than to date someone who's lazy. There are much better things you could be doing with your time than dating a guy that can't seem to figure it out and doesn't seem to want to try. You don't need to hang out with someone who isn't making you feel special. You don't need to pick up a late night phone call just to get FaceTime in with someone who you're supposed to be dating, and you don't need to stick around and accept less than you want. Sometimes you have to accept some guys at face value. They're simply not the right one for you. You deserve someone who actually makes a real effort, so he's not dating you properly. So if he's not dating you properly, don't date him at all. That's the end of the article. Ha 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 ha. This woman talks about dudes putting in all this fucking effort to impress a woman. And yeah, it's like this woman goes on about, we women, we're so busy, we don't have time for bullshit. Meanwhile, as a man, I can speak personally on this. I'm a busy person. I work. Okay. My time is valuable and I have no time, and I do not want to I once did waste fucking time courting women, and it was a waste of the aforementioned time. Okay. You see, if we live in this world where feminists like this fucking clown who wrote this article believes women make less money than men for doing the same work. Well, if you do the same work as us men do, ladies, and then you say that we're not busy, then you're not busy. So put some fucking effort into relationship shit yourself, bitch. All right? Now, I work for my money. I do a service to earn my money. I don't sit there and then every 2 weeks say, pay me. Okay? I work for my money. I earn my money. If a woman wants me to spend a dime of the money that I worked for and earned, should she not work for that and earn that? I don't work for money just so I could piss it away on a woman's time. All right? That's what prostitutes are for. But these women want they, I'm sure this woman is one of those people who believe men paid for the dates. Men pay for the dates. I don't work for my money so I can spend it on myself and somebody else as they bore me to death with their fucking stories, as they sit there and judge whether I'm worth hanging out with again. Is my time not as valuable as yours? Is any man's time who works for our money? I mean, it takes a lot more than just, putting on a few layers of makeup, doing your hair, showing a bit of skin. That's not earning, the right for Toronto guy to spend any amount of money on you. It's like the dating scene is like, it's like psychiatry. It's like the man is paying a woman to sit there and listen to her, but more so to sit there and have her listen to him. You don't need to do that, dudes. If you want to talk, there's this thing that, men are afraid to talk with other dudes about certain stuff because, and they feel more comfortable talking to women. So they'll pay women for their fucking time because women will understand. No, man. Don't pay a woman for her time. Back at the end, pretty much at this time, holy shit, it's probably exactly 3 years ago today when I found out the shit with my ex-girlfriend when she fucking damn near tried to get me fired. Well, she tried to get me fired, not damn near. And my head was fucked. And then On Christmas evening 2013, my head was so messed up over everything that I was so close to sending woman number two, who I talked about in my Life as a Mangina. I was so close to sending her a private message on Facebook confessing my love for her. That is how fucked up my head was. Now, this was like a few months before I was suddenly told that woman number two was interested in me, so you should ask her out, Toronto guy. She totally said she'd date you. Watch that video or watch it again and listen to how that shit turned out. So I was that close to messaging that woman number two, Christmas night 2013, and confessing, I've thought the world of you since we were kids. You're so beautiful. La la la, la la la, harp music, love, love, love. But instead, I messaged a male friend of mine on Facebook who I knew would just be fucking straight with me. And I told him the deal, told him what I was about to do. What do you think? And he was fucking totally blunt. He said, don't do it. Your head's in a fucked up place right now. Don't do it, because if you don't get the reply that you're hoping for, you're going to be even more worse off. So there you go, dudes. Don't pay women for their fucking time. Don't pay women to listen to your friggin' sob stories. Pay a man. No, don't pay. So you don't have to pay me. Message Toronto guy. Tell me your story, man. And I'll tell you straight up, my honest opinion. You don't have to pay me for my time. But yeah, how about that? I'm expected to take the money that I work. Oh, this has already gone longer than the first one. I'm expected to take the money that I worked for and earned and spend it on a woman who wants to basically just sit there and exist. And there's women out there who will, like I said, you don't have to do sex on the first date, all right? But there's women out there who will be like, I don't do sex until at least 3 months. Well, you say that, and I'll be like, we're in luck. You're in luck, honey bun, because I don't spend a dime on a woman until after 3 months. This has been Toronto Guy. I hope everybody enjoyed this. Send me a friend request on Facebook. Link is in my About thing. I'm also on gab.ai/Toronto Guy, where I'm trying to be as offensive as possible every now and then on Gab to really test their free speech things. So, yeah, I gotta go. My cat just took a shit and it stinks in here, so I'm out. Bye.